even after work, right after work, we're gonna hit up the shops because that's what we do around here at Retro ReWire. Let's go ahead and hit it. Let's try this again. This is like the third take. Had some technical difficulties. Anyway, this was right after work, as I mentioned at the beginning. We're all dirty, hitting up the hard off, but it was worth it. Check this out: 176,000 JBLs, 4425. Just imagine how a PC Engine, a Sega Mega Drive, or a Super Famicom, whatever, would sound on this setup. Man, oh man. Let's check out some other expensive stuff. Let's see what else we got here. And in this particular showcase here, they had quite a bit of Nintendo hardware. Before that, check out this Hall Effect T4 K-Lid controller. I do want one of those because apparently they don't suffer from the drifting. But yeah, anyhow, Nintendo handhelds. Take a look at the prices. Now, what you see here is pretty much going to be the average in this day and age. And there's even like some Monster Hunter special edition there for 33,000. Now, there's going to be a few shops, a few outlier places where they're going to be less, maybe even more expensive, but 22,000 for the 3DS, the new 3DS and the LL variant is pretty much the average, with the vanilla 3DS coming in at 10,000. Those are just average prices. Here we got the old PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, but right now, let's just gloss those over. Let's a little bit more retro. Let's go to the junk showcase. Now, at this location, they know what they got. So the stuff in the junk section, like this Atari Lynx, and next to that, we got the Sega Arcade Power Stick, the 3-button variant. Beautiful arcade stick, by the way. But like the new 3DS LL, 19,800 yen. It is working, just has a yellowed screen. But the stuff that's in the junk section, these guys know what they have. And this stuff will have like obvious issues, power issues. There will be issues of some sort. That's just how it goes in these kinds of locations. Now, Kimitsu, this is out in Kimitsu, Chiba. It's about, over an hour to get here by train. 33,000 for this Game Boy Color. This is the ANA Airline variant. And that's been here for years. They had a PC Engine behind it for 3850, but that ANA Game Boy Color, got the AV Famicom for 13,200, but that Game Boy Color, been here for years. And this marks like the 5th time that I've been here. And every now and then, when I do come here, I usually end up leaving with something. It's about a 30-minute walk from the train station. You can catch a cab. I don't know if there's a bus out here, but typically when I'm out here, it's after work. We're going to be driving out here. We got the PSP. This is the Monster Hunter variant. I have this. It's unfortunate that it's missing the battery door, but a beautiful system. They also had Game Gears in here, a Wavebird for 5,500 yen, as well as the Game Gears, all at the same price. What else? So we got some, I don't know, little handhelds there. Then the audio section. I got to stop looking through here, guys. I got some new audio equipment. I got a boombox. Man, that boombox by Sanyo, freaking awesome, man. With the CD player, it's freaking 1986 all over again. Look at this. This is the testing station. The last time I used this was to take a look at the FM Towns Marty, which I picked up. I don't have it in the collection anymore just because I was going above my weight class, so to speak, in boxing terms, because that's a heavy hitter, man. The software is hard to come by. I ended up selling it. Anyhow, that was a Dreamcast, 4,400 yen. We got the PS4 Pro for 19,800. We got some more I do want a PS4 again. It's a nice little machine, but not a priority. We got the little fishing controller, 8,800 yen. Or I should say I'm in the mood to play PlayStation 4, but those feelings will come to pass. We got some mangy PS2s. We got the Sakura one. Now, this one's coming in at 5,000 like the ceramic white, but check that out. It's missing a tooth. The little cover to the DVD drive there, which is unfortunate. 7,700 yen for the CIB Famicom. You could find those for 2,000, and you don't even have to look that hard. In probably better condition. But I shouldn't talk down too much on this location just because for the rare stuff, it's treated me well. Like this right here, the Beretta replica gun for the Xbox, for the original Xbox. And I've been looking for this for quite some time. There's also a PlayStation 2 and a PlayStation 1 variant. But absolutely a thing of beauty. It is junk. And because it's in the junk section, you know, it wasn't that it wasn't untested. As you can see, somebody has been in there. And I think I have to change out the capacitor, as well as checking out the vias to make sure that the current is flowing. But I'm going to get this bad boy working. I already got the game House of the Dead 3, got the television, the CRT. We're going to get down on some action. Just you wait and see. We got some controllers, but the junk section at this Kimitsu, this is where I found the FM Towns Marty. It's pretty good, man. They got some rarities. They even have like these DS Nintendo handhelds in the junk bin, which you don't often see nowadays. They had a Game & Watch, and it seems like the average price is 2,200 yen. We got the GunCon here. This is 800 yen before sales tax. You can still find these complete in the box for about that same price. But yeah, at first when I saw this, man, I was being a little bit coy. Should I get it? But I knew I was going to get it. Heck yeah, man. I can't wait to get that bad boy working. I better, otherwise. Anyhow, we got an Xbox controller. This is a two-tone controller. Kind of a funky one. I do like it, but at the same time, it's not something that I would want to personally use. I'm currently using a pink one, which I paid 330 yen at a book off out in way out in Tochigi, way up north, near Nikko. What else do we have? Let's go down the game aisle. Now we're gonna check out the hardware. Amazing hardware on hand, and the software. Man, I mean, look at this. Now we arrived at 7:00. Typically, hard ops close at 7:30, and I thought that they were going to be closing at 7:30, but then it turns out that they close at 8 p.m. at this location. Look at that. We got the glove, the Famicom glove, and the twin sticks, the NBA Jam for the old Sega. We got some Game Gear action with Rastan Saga, 16,500 yen each there. We got Smash TV for 5,500 yen, Bare Knuckle for 4,400. They had two copies of that. Both at pretty much the same price. They had a lot of WonderSwan titles, a lot of WonderSwan. We'll see some hardcore WonderSwan stuff. They had Game Boy, and then they had this title, which has pretty cool cover art by the same artist that did Symphony of the Night. She also did a cover for a Sega Saturn game that's also available on the PS1. It's like a strategy RPG. The name escapes me, but she did the cover. What else do we have? Neo Geo CD, Cross Swords. I want that. 13,200 yen. I've beaten it on the Switch, but I want to play it on the old Neo Geo. Maybe get the AES version. We have Galaxy Fight for 4,400 yen. That's also on my list. I do want a copy of that. It's also on Saturn and PS1, but I'd rather do things right on the Neo Geo CD. 4,400 yen. That's definitely the lowest that I've seen in a while. Usually it's hovering around 6,000. And check out all the Mega Drive games. Outrun, 4,400 yen with the faded spine. That's so unfortunate. But everything else looks clean. It looks clean, and I do want a copy of that. We have Samurai Spirits for 11,000. And I'm going to be bouncing all over the place. Here we got some Neo Geo Pocket Color games with Puyo Puyo 2 for 11,000. First Mission Metal Gear for 15,400 yen. They also had Puzzle Bobble. Pretty good selection there, all those small, but still. They got a Vectrex. We're going to get to that aisle. PC Engine. Man, I'm back on the PC Engine. I've been playing Eldis. I got a few shooters, but I'm going to save it for the next game pickups. We're going hardcore on this, man. Look at this. They got Road Rash, Twisted, and Syndicate. Goofy covers, although Road Rash is a pretty sweet cover. We got Turbo Outrun for 5,500 yen. They also had, Rolling Thunder 2 and Ghostbusters for 4,400 yen. Some pretty notable titles there. Now here, this is where I found Eldis for the CD-ROM. But I was trying to film quick because, as I said, I was under the impression that they were going to close early. But we have Thunder Force 3 for 6,600 yen. I didn't catch the tag there, but It's probably missing the manual because that price is a little bit lower than expected. We got Dragon Ball Z for 8,800 yen. I believe this is the sole Dragon Ball Z game on the old Genesis. What else do we have? We got Rocket Knight Adventures, 25,300 yen. They had 2 copies of that, with the other one coming in at a little bit less. But they had a lot of great games here. And it's always nice to see this kind of selection at a hard off. There's the other Rocket Knight Adventures. Great game. They had Star Cruiser, Arrow Flash. This game is also available on the Sega Saturn as a part of the Sega Ages. And look at this cover. In this game, this is the sequel. You're running like an airline. Now, a simulation game, a sim game, I would never play something like that, but I do appreciate it. Look at this price. Outrunners, 8,800 yen. As far as I can tell, this is complete. And it was kind of strange because they had another copy that was far more expensive at 17,600 yen. And before coming out here, I had picked up my copy for in between that price. I think it was like 12,000. But look at that. I was kind of like, what's going on here, man? Now I had to keep moving. As I said, time was of the essence. I also wanted time to do a little bit of shopping because there's a lot of candy up in this place. Kageki, I haven't heard of that one before. But Hot B, they also published Rob, that shooter, Robbo, Mortal Kombat 2, 22,000. Wait for the Legacy Collection, y'all. The Super Shinobi, 8,800 yen next to Sorcerian, and Golden Axe 3 for 17,600 yen. I do like Golden Axe. They also had Double Dragon there for 17,000. And some change, Phantasy Star with a beautiful cover, End of the Millennium. And Darwin, 4081. I recently picked up a game, Darwin, I can't even speak. Forgotten Worlds, 4950, but that Darwin, I've been seeing it everywhere as of late. Space Invaders 90 for 5,500 yen. They also had Golden Axe, Altered Beast for 3,000 before sales tax, and Alien Storm for 8,800 yen. Now, this store is not a tax-free shop, if I'm not mistaken. We got DJ Boy. I haven't seen that one before for the Sega Mega Drive, and then the PCFX. It's a shame about this machine. I really wish it would have had the same success as the PC Engine, but I'm sure it has a few titles there that are worth playing. But Space Harrier, 8,800 yen. We got some Dreamcast. Right now I'm not in the mood for Dreamcast, so I just kind of skipped it. But we have Drihu. It's kind of a rare game, and it has like a Three Dirty Dwarves type of vibe, and that was coming in at 11,000. But it's nice to see that they had some original Xbox games. They got the Neo Geo games, a lot of the common stuff with World Heroes 2 Jet. I do want a copy of that. Now, what am I thinking? I do like World Heroes 2, but I'd rather just get World Heroes Perfect on the old AES. But I do want a copy of World Heroes 2 on the Super Famicom, which they have, and we'll take a look at that. But a great selection of stuff. Look at this, man. The Illusion of Gaia, 8,800 yen. Excellent title. Beautiful cover as well. An action RPG in the Zelda fashion. Then they had 2 copies of the Twilight Princess for the Cube, with one coming in at 7,700 yen. Pinocchio there. I didn't even look all too hard in the loose cards. But yeah, Hagane Steel, 44,000. That's a great game by Hudson Soft and Red. Those two put out some amazing games. Although they did outsource a few of those, a few of the work there. But 71,000 for Akumajo, Densetsu or Dracula there. 71,500, man. They also had Blue Stinger. Love that game. What do they have? Golden Axe The Duel, Darius 2 for 3,300 yen. I still haven't beat Golden Axe The Duel, and I have it. Ryuko no Ken Art of Fighting, 3,850 for the PC Engine Arcade CD-ROM. That's a mouthful. What else do we have here? We got they got Street Fighter 03, 13,200. I didn't see that when I was there. Just the loose cart, but man, I really want a copy of that. I also want it for the Game Boy Color, man. Dang, that's cool. See, even I'm surprised in reviewing the footage. Now, this stuff's about to get serious here, man. Serious indeed. Look at this, 1.3 million. 1.3 million, y'all. Bring cash. There's not an ATM around here. They'll take plastic too. But check this out. A complete set of Nintendo 64. Now, this is just for the cartridges. So the 64 disc drive games are not included in this, but that's impressive, man. Batman Return of the Joker, $150,000. Next to a Pocket Pikachu in the box, and then a Neo Geo Pocket Color, 27,500 yen. I do have that. I have that very same one. And look at this beautiful controller. The first version variant of the DualShock. Longer handles, concave thumbsticks, 6,600 yen. I left thinking about that thing. We got the GameCube Game Boy controller at 22,000. The Wavebird, 14,300 yen. Man, these controllers, what's going on? Premium stuff. The Wavebird I purchased for 2,300 yen at a Surugaya, and then I got the receiver like 4 months later for 3,000 yen. So I saved some money. We got some more pocket. We're gonna be back in that showcase, believe me. There's still more to see. I'm just kind of like a madman, just kind of going everywhere. Biohazard 2 for 8,000 before sales tax. Look at that. Let's do a double take, man. There we go. Yep. Hopefully I could find it in the junk section one day for a fraction of the price. But anyhow, World Heroes 2. This one also had me thinking. Same price, 6,600 yen. I want a copy of that. And what the heck is this? Kodansha. Next to Super Valis. And then Prehistoric Man, 19,800 yen. I think the last time I played that was in 1995. Rockman X3 for 16,500 yen. You could find that one for less for sure. Great game. Final Fight 2 for 4,400 yen. Again, both of those Capcom games, maybe hit up book off. We got Ninja Gaiden 3 for 7,700 yen. There is some notes there. There is some notes. I wish I had more time, or to take a look at some of these Saturn games. They could have had some good stuff in there. I'll definitely be back at this location for sure. Next time out, I'm out working out in here. But here, Kageki, I don't think I've seen that before. 7,700 yen, a boxing game. We got some loose Hue cards. And what else do we have? Star Hearts for the WonderSwan color, 7,700 yen. A few Digimon titles. But yeah, pretty impressive. Pretty impressive for a hard off. D-terminal AV cables for the PSP. Got some controllers there for the old Mega Drive at 2,200 yen. I was looking at the controller or the remote controls, but I have found the one that I needed. All is well at HQ. Let's take a look at some hardware. This stuff's about to get crazy, man. Super 32X, 55,000 in the box. Look at this, a debugging PS1, 132,000, man. Never mind the PC Engine GTs. Although we will, Atari Jaguar, 66,000 with Alien versus Predator. It's not every day you see a Jag, man. We got the Odyssey here in the box, 49,500 yen next to an EBZ-1 3DO. They got a little bit of everything, man. Even this Casio Loopy thing. And the little Rob the Robot thingy for the Famicom, 38,500 yen. And we'll be back at this showcase, believe me. We got the Game Boy Light, what is this, Astro Boy edition, 44,000. Put a new polarizing filter, that'll probably take care of that. A bunch of, and they got a North American Super Nintendo. I didn't even notice that before. 33,000. Never mind the N64. Here we got a Sega Saturn. This is the This Is Cool edition. Next to the V Saturn, the JX2. What's that? A Model 2 for 40,000. But the This Is Cool, 66,000. There is another version that's all transparent, and it includes like a horse racing game, and that one's far more expensive. We're talking 100,000, y'all. What else do we have here? We got the Dreamcast arcade stick. Beautiful arcades. Look at the condition of this, man. 5,500 yen. Beautiful stick. Amazing. And more retro consoles. We got this one by Tomy. And the Nintendo TV Game 15, 8,800 yen. I think they had one in the showcase next to the 32X as well. Man, oh man, all this candy. The only problem is space, cash, and time. Anyhow, let's see. We got the disc system game. Well, look at this. North American Yoshi's Island, 13,200 yen. Now, these games might be more expensive than they would be in America, but I mean, this is Japan. This is Kimitsu Chiba. How are you really going to see Donkey Kong Country for $38.50 at another store around here? Probably not. But you never know. Well, if these are here, the odds are in your favor. I shouldn't speak too soon. What else do we have here, man? Just keep making our way, building up that eternal wish list. Y'all know, look, Castlevania, I want this. 27,500 yen. Dicing Knight, 440,000. 800,000 for Rundim. Judgment Silver Sword for 198,000. That not enough for you? How about 77,000 for Wonder Witch? Dang, man. There's that Pocket Pikachu. Is that sealed? 20,000? Good thing I'm not into Pokemon. Let's go. Let's take another look at 1.3, man. Look at that. Look at that. Jeez, the tax on that is crazy. Oh my gosh. And is this it? It doesn't look so impressive like this. Like I was thinking it would be more. Nah, that's impressive, man. Sega Mega Drive. This is more up my alley. Double Dragon, Super Shinobi, Shadow Dancer. Oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool. The Garou, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Sonic Spinball. They also had Arrow Flash, another Garou, Chomakaimura. Look at that. Ghouls and Ghosts. What a solid selection. A Dick Tracy there. What else, man? Show us. Let's see some more. More of this. Yeah, I had to come back here. Look at this, man. That's impressive. What if a YouTuber that's doing like a complete set of N64? As soon as if you start in Kimitsu Chiba, it's over. It is over, man. That's not all of them are in pristine condition though, so keep that in mind. We got the red DMG, 8,800 yen. They had another one back there, just the standard color. 7,700 yen for the Game Boy Color. A Game Boy Advance, 44,000. That's a special edition. And as well as this N64, this one must be a rare one. 27,500 yen. Kind of a beautiful one, but I like my Purple Grape one way more than that. We got an Atari 65 XE next to that Vectrex. The Vectrex was 198,000, by the way. Like I said, bring cash, plastic, a Sega I forgot about this. A Sega CDX, 385,000. Man, I used to have a CDX. I returned it though. 99,000 there for the super graphics. I'm not even fazed by the prices anymore. 44,000 PC Engine GT, 77,000. I still have my PC Engine GT, and I was playing it the other day. I do enjoy that little handheld. So much fun. Old PC Engine. Let's take a look at some PC Engine stuff, man. What's the damage here? Well, a Mark 1 Mega CD, 33,000 with the box. 55,000 for the core graphics. Next to a Duo R for 49,500 yen. Something's going on here, man. Just pause, take a look at the label. Maybe it's like some rare variant. I don't know. And then we got the CD-ROM combo unit for 22,000. That's about what I paid out in Osaka. I remember hauling that thing from the hard off to the station. It was a long walk, but it was worth it, man. The debugging 3DO, man. FZ10. Oh, that's an FZ10, not an FZ1. 38,000 for the FZ10. Come on. Pladia, the Wonderborg. Look at that. Japanese and English, it says. WonderSwan something. But anyhow, guys, we're at the end of the episode. Stay tuned. The next In the Hunt, we're going to be out in Ibaraki. I had a great time out there. And in between that, before that, though, there's going to be some game rants. We got to talk about a few things. So believe that's happening. Until then, I'll see you soon. Ciao.